So welcome to the call. This is primarily going to be an Emerald call, but obviously because you guys are all new, I just wanted to cover a couple of things since you're here. Just to say, like with your posting, you are all doing incredibly, and I'm trying to really like keep an eye on what you're doing and encourage you and just really give my feedback kind of immediately, because I think when I was a new coach, it was something that I never got, and I just kind of had to learn what worked through kind of working it out. I would just say, like, no matter whether I've said like appear in your video stories every day, just make sure that you are using the business activity tracker number one, because as I said, like if you can get yourself into using that tracker every day, and if you don't have it, let me know. You can message me afterwards, I'll send you the link to it. It's got a guide. If you're like going to work like Sam, you've got a guide for like everything in there, and just make sure that you are using it, because I can promise you the quicker that you're using that, the quicker that you're going to be doing all of the things in your IG, like your stories and your posts, that you know that you're just going to become so accustomed to doing. You will kind of just do it without even thinking about it. And obviously the quicker that you can get to that point, and the quicker you can get more comfortable with doing those things every day, the easier your business is going to be, and it will just completely flow. So just make sure, call yourself out every day. Am I doing 10 stories? Have I got 10 stories? Make sure that obviously a couple of those stories are fitness clips. Make sure that you do at least a couple of video stories to your face, talking about maybe you're actually physically calling them to action in a video. That works really well. And I'll tell you something that's working really well for me at the moment, and I've noticed with like people enrolling and people wanting to start, I'm talking to them in the background about, getting started. And then I physically, to face to the camera, call to action what's going on. So at my virtual gym, and I'll just explain what it includes. Even though I've explained it in the conversations, it's kind of that audience, because I want them to see that it all matches up. And that works really, really well. The other thing that I just wanted to share, and again, it's something that I've been doing quite recently and is working amazingly when it comes to people enrolling. And I always used to get, I don't want some shake, like I don't need that. Like basically every day, and I said this to you before, but it is absolutely fundamental to my success. And I've had 2 questions today about how can I get hold of that superfood. And I tell you why they're doing it is because every time I post it, I am talking about, whether it's video to camera, whether it's really blatantly obvious, whether it's just a boomerang, and I'm like, I love having this every day because of, and I try to give one reason, one thing it's done for me, and it's done so many different things for me. So think about what it's done for you, and just make sure every day when you share your superfood, you don't just slap it up on the screen, which is what I did for a long, long time. You just share one benefit you're noticing. That is going to really build trust. And again, when you're having those conversations in the background and you're talking about the superfood, people who you're chatting to in the background are going to be watching your stories. And so then they're not going to give you the objection about the superfood, because they're going to know why they need to have it. And that makes such a huge difference. So just make sure you're doing that as one story as well. Make sure you're letting them into your life a bit. So a couple of stories in your life, like maybe it's Sam, like I've had a really busy day at work, but it was great because I spoke to this, whatever, like let them into your life. Or maybe you've been out for a dog walk. Just the things that make you, people are going to connect with. Maybe share your PD, but just make sure you've got 10 stories. And I'll tell you why. It really helps with the Instagram algorithm. But more than anything, as I said before, you're building trust with people. And at the moment, you guys have mainly enrolled people in your warm market, so your friends and family, because they trust you and they know you. And the kind of next shift as a coach that you need to start making as quickly as you can is obviously building trust with people who don't know you. So really just fundamentally think in your brain, the more I get in front of that camera, the more that people are going to know me and they're going to trust me, so that when I invite them, it's going to take me less time to get them to a yes. And that absolutely works, because you've built trust and they've been watching what you're doing and you're talking authentically. Like, as I said, like don't talk to the camera about something that you don't connect with, or it's just not you, because people will see straight through it. But just make sure you're doing that, and make sure every day you're posting. Okay, so either have a posting strategy. I sent you some like guidelines on what to post, so hopefully that helped. But just really think about ensuring that you've got a post up every single day. I can promise you'll see so much more success in your business, and you'll build connection with people so much more quickly. The more you can get out there, like to start with, I did 2 posts a day. Now that was quite crazy, but that's just what I did. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but that really built trust more quickly for me. So there we go. So that's just a quick couple of things. And of course, like, as I said at the beginning, before I started recording, for the benefits of the other girls that aren't here, just keep doing what you're doing, because whatever you girls are doing, every single one of you, you've been a coach just over 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and every single one of you here has enrolled at least one person. And I'll tell you now, it took me 3 weeks to enroll. I enrolled like 2 or 3 people, but it took me 3 weeks. So just know and think about, if that was my trajectory, what could yours be? Yeah. So just know that you're all doing incredibly. Keep loving what you're doing. Keep enjoying those workouts. Keep to your nutrition as well. That's so crucial for those results. And tomorrow, try and post a transformation if you've got one. Try and just rip that band-aid off. You can share it in our little group and go for it, because again, that is the #1 post right now out of any post that you do that is building trust and people are going to want to enroll with. I know Bex, for example, she shared her transformation, and that day I think she hit Success Club 8. So it's people having that conversation but actually really want to see it's working. So just make sure that you've got, and if you've already shared a physical transformation, make sure you share along the lines of a transformation. It could be like how your body looks now to how it looked years ago, even. That's quite good. So just think about that. So right, without any further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, we lost Meg. Hopefully she'll come back again. Okay, so now I had it open and it's disappeared. I don't know whether she meant to do that or not.
Oh, she's put in the group that she's got internet issues. She'll try.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, I'm just going to get the presentation up now. So some of you ladies have watched this before, and so you will have seen a recording of this, but I just think it's so good to run through live with you guys, and then at the end you can just ask me whatever questions you have. So an Emerald coach, before I go into talking about why you want to become an Emerald coach, is you +2, and it's you +2 coaches, okay? And I know when my coach shared this with me, I thought, well, that's great. I don't have any people that want to coach yet. That's going to take me forever. But actually, the process to get there is way more simple than actually having to find 2 people that want to work the business. And I'm just going to explain all of that today. So let me just try and, what's going on here? It doesn't seem to want to click. Interesting. Might have to just, I might just have to scroll. That's annoying. Okay. So you +2. So essentially it is you +2 people. So there's you in your business and you need to have 2 active coaches. Now, those coaches need to have 50 PV, and 50 PV is the personal value associated with that coach on the product they have bought. So Shakeology, for example, is 90. So you could enroll 2 coaches with a challenge pack, with Shakeology challenge pack, and they would be 2 active coaches. You could enroll a coach with 2 packets of Beach Bars, and you'll understand why I'm saying this in a second. So the Beach Bars are protein bars. I don't know if you've seen me sharing them. They're incredible. They stop me eating all the crappy food. So they're really good. 2 packets of Beach Bars is 50 PV, and also your performance challenge pack, that would be 90 PV as well. So say there's you and then you've got another person whose account you're going to control, which I'm going to go on to. You'd want to enroll them with the performance pack so that you are able to showcase in your stories that you're having the Shakeology, the pre-workout, the Energize, and the Recover, because your results are going to be maximized. And it just means when people come in, you can talk to them about those products, confidently why they're beneficial, because you're feeling the benefits. And most importantly, when your people come in, they're going to want to have them too, because they're going to want the total results. And if they see you getting them with those products, they're going to also have them. So I just wanted to explain that, because you'll understand why I've explained it in a second, but I just wanted to explain it. So I'm going to view this in full screen because it's really, really annoying to not have this slide up. Okay, so the benefits of hitting Emerald. So it's the first rank in the business. It really is I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was like, what is this Emerald thing? I'm going to go Emerald. I don't really get kind of the big hoo-ha about it and all the celebration and why it meant so much. But honestly, I can tell you, when my coach shouted me out in the team page saying that I was an Emerald coach, I was like, this is go time. Like, I knew I'd taken my business into a residual opportunity where I was actually starting to build a team, as compared to just being on commission with the customers I was enrolling. So I was just ready to kind of make that shift. And any coach of mine that goes Emerald is then going to be offered more calls with me one-on-one, because I can see that they are wanting to build. I'm also going to invite them in on opportunities like my Level Up mentorship, which started last week. And that's really for my girls now pushing for Diamond, which is the next rank. But the kind of condition for them to be in that group to really get more one-on-one help from me and more professional development training was that they had to be an active Emerald coach. And they had to be completing their tracker, and that was the requirement to get in there. So just know that when you do that, it's going to give you so much more confidence, because you're going to understand how it works, and it will just propel you. And that's what happened to me, which I kind of couldn't really see until I'd reached that point, and then my business just started to fly. I really just flew when I became Emerald, then I became Diamond, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. So I know that doesn't mean a lot to you, but in terms of your success and belief in this business, that first milestone is really, really crucial. And it's why I'm having this conversation with you now, because I want you girls to get to that point as quickly as possible, because it's going to give you more belief and confidence in what you're doing, and it's going to continue to propel you on that upward trajectory that all of you are experiencing, which is amazing, because you're seeing success, and because you've seen success, you want to do it more, and it's more fun. So that kind of is the foundation to, your success and your belief in yourself in the beginning. And it's where you start to receive team cycle bonus. So when you build to Emerald, you start to receive this kind of volume on one side and the other, and you start to cycle through it, which there is a team cycle bonus video that I can tag you in if you want to take a look at that. But I don't like to go into loads of detail on it here, because I will just lose you girls. And I'll be honest, I didn't really understand team cycle bonus until I was an Emerald coach, until I did that training. But essentially, residual income is when you say, like Becca enrolled somebody, then for 2 weeks she didn't enroll anybody, but she had people in her business who were doing things beneath her. She's building this volume week on week, and she's rolling through it, which is weekly income for her. Which is obviously the place that I want all of you to be at. If you're serious about your business, you want to take it to a residual income position as quickly as possible, because then you're not in the situation where it is a bit like, the general self-employed life. Like, say me as a PT, like if a client would cancel, I'd get no income. If I was ill, I'd get no income. If they're on holiday, I'd get no income. When you have residual income, you're getting income regardless of what's going on. And that's obviously going to give you stability. And in time, if you want to build this business so you do it exclusively or you blend it with something else, it's very reliable. And that's why all of my team should be going for that if they want to be serious about their business, because it's the best place to be. The other incredible thing, and this is true for most of you guys here, and Success Club is very much on the agenda for every single one of you, is that when you hit Success Club and you're an Emerald coach, you get given free leads. So they're free customers that get given to you that appear in your back office. Now, because of the pandemic situation at the moment, Beachbody are pushing out lots of commercial ads, okay? And those commercial ads are having customers enroll like by the bucket load, to the point that kind of every single week I must have at least 15 new customers that are just given to me, because I'm an Emerald coach and above, and I'm hitting Success Club. And those people are my customers, my clients that I can reach out to on email or whatever kind of contact they've given in my back office to say, hey, I'm your new coach. Let me know if I can help you with anything. What are your struggles? And a lot of the time you can then really help them with what they should have enrolled with, because a lot of the time when these people haven't had a coach guide them on what they should enroll with, they've actually enrolled with one thing for their goals. So I'm just going to go into that. I'm going to stop the screen share again, because for some reason I can't seem to oh no, I need this screen share. I just needed to come out of the oh, where's the presentation gone now? Oh, this is not what we want. I shouldn't have done that, but I did, so we'll have to go back in. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's get back in. Yeah, so do this in exit full screen. Okay, that's better. So when you get those leads, so you hopefully, I'm just going to move you guys over here so you can see. So if you hit Success Club in December, okay, so say you hit Success Club 5 which a lot of you guys did here. In the January, the following month, you would receive 12 customers in your back office, and they would appear like this. And essentially, you wouldn't earn any commission on those initial orders. So whatever they've enrolled with, they would come into your business. You wouldn't earn commission on those, but you would earn commission on any subsequent order that they make, which is obviously huge because for the most part, if you're doing a good job with them, they are going to make repeat orders and you're going to earn commission from them. But where it becomes really interesting, and this is why for me personally and for my coaches, that's what I want their benchmark to be, Success Club 10. Because when you hit Success Club 10, so helping 5 girls with challenge packs in the preceding month, say you help 5 girls with challenge packs in the December, in the January, you would get given 9 customers, less customers, yes, but you would get given commission from the very first moment they'd enrolled. So whatever they'd enrolled with, you would get that commission. You can see here, hopefully, this is $357. So that coach, just for hitting Success Club 10 in the preceding month as an active Emerald coach, had received $357 in commission. And that was just from her basically hitting a benchmark that if you're doing the stuff on this tracker every day and you're inviting every day, you should be hitting those sorts of numbers. So it's basically free money. And that's what we obviously want for all of you. So just going to scroll down. So this is the next slide. And this is my favorite slide of all. And to most people probably won't make that much sense unless I explain it. It just looks all a bit complicated. So you can see here, this coach enrolled her husband, and in kind of the first few months of her business, moving through, she's not earning anything, okay, from that spouse's account. However, she had enrolled her spouse at the very beginning and starting point of her business. And that is like absolutely fundamental, because the top 2 spots within your business are the highest income producing spots within your business, because as you build out, as you get more coaches, they're in a lower placing, okay? So those 2 spots at the top are the ones that have the highest earning income potential, because the volume cycles through there, one to the other. So when I went Emerald, and this is why it's Emerald in 24 hours, I literally enrolled my husband. He's not coaching. He had nothing to do with it. I literally enrolled him. I paid for his challenge pack. It was $140 at the time, and I enrolled him with the performance line because that's what I wanted myself. I earned about £40 in commission anyway, because of course it was an enrollment. So I earned £40 commission off a challenge pack that was $140 and getting performance product that I probably would have ordered in my own account. So it cost me less anyway. And I honestly, I just personally trusted my coach. My coach was like, Izzy, you need to get one of those 2 spots secured with a control account, because that's where, when you start to build, you're going to have the highest income earning potential. Because imagine if you're building your business center down and you've got 1 spot here and 1 spot here, you're earning in 2 places instead of 1. And they're the highest 2 spots in your business, because the income and the volume cycles upwards. So you can see here at month 48, so this is 4 years later, this coach is earning, that's each week. So she's earning like $1,500, $1,700 a week. I'm just gonna go into full screen because I want you to be able to see the whole slide, and you can't actually see it like that. So you can see here, she earned $7,000 in 1 month without doing any extra work. And people often say, I don't get that. So basically, that control account, once you have built yourself to diamond, which is rank beyond Emerald, and I'm not going to go into that in this call, you start to build underneath that control account. And it doesn't matter if it's a partner, a mother, a father, a child, it can't be a sibling. If you've got control of that account and you're building underneath it, that's when you really start to earn income, because of course they're coaches that would enroll anyway, but you have put them in that account. And so instead of earning just in one place, where if you had coaches here, you placed it in that account, it's cycling up to earn in that account and in your control account. So at the moment, personally, my husband's account earns me as much income as my own account does. And that is because I trusted my coach in the beginning and said, you know what, I haven't even seen any income yet, really. But I'm just going to trust her that I need to put this control account in here. And basically, to build Emerald, that would be 1 active coach, right? A control account is 1 active coach, which is what Becca's done actually incidentally in South Georgia. They've got their control account, so they're halfway to Emerald. And the way that I hit Emerald was I did a control account and I reached out to one of my challenges and I said, hey, I know you're really enjoying the product. It's really important that you move over to be a coach, because when you enroll as a coach, you get a 25% discount on the product. And even with the business fee of $15.95 a month, you're saving yourself about $12 or £12 each month. So I just swapped over one of my challenges to becoming a coach. So can you see that neither of those coaches were actually real active working coaches? And I did that in 24 hours. Like, we basically were on a call like this. And I was like, I really want this Emerald. Like, I know it's going to open up my business. I know I'm going to be invited into more opportunities to push for kind of the next thing, like Diamond in Team Page. And I really wanted that. And so I just decided that I was going to do it. And that's why I always say that Emerald is a decision, because if you believe in it enough and you want it enough, you will have those conversations with those people. Obviously, like, if people aren't sure they want the product, there's not a lot you can do. But it's worth having that conversation. And certainly with anybody that wants to enroll, 90% of my people that enroll are all coaches. However, probably only 50% of them are working the business. So I have one heck of a lot of discount coaches because they want to enroll to have the potential of the discount. And if they don't want to continue to have the product, they just cancel that coach piece. So that is a way to get to Emerald. And from that point, I said to myself, right, I have to just keep moving forward, because of course, to be an Emerald, as I said in that opening slide, the coaches have to be active. So they need to have active orders. And I didn't want to have to pay for my husband's control account whilst I hadn't really seen that much income yet. So I made it my goal to then get another coach on that same side, because you have two, that was then active, that allowed me to have Guy's account go inactive until I was at that diamond point, which is 4 coaches each side. So it really is just kind of, I suppose, putting your money where your mouth is, securing that spot, and going all in to kind of make that shift. But it could be, you know, that you've got another person that wants to enroll and you just enroll them as a discount coach. So that's kind of it in terms of the Emerald in 24-hour piece. And hopefully you can see why it is Emerald in 24-hour, because I don't think there's any coach in my team that doesn't have a control account if they're Emerald or above, because one half of their Emerald is always a control account and the other one is use your discount coach. But it is kind of a decision. And so what I will say is that if you go Emerald within the next 24 hours, what I will do is I will get you a personal development or a planner of your choice, because rank advancement day is always on a Thursday. So in the back office, Beachbody always recognize those changes in rank on a Thursday. And I just, you know, obviously I want to be able to link arms with you guys more. Some of you might be like, good to go, all done. Some of you might have questions. Some of you might feel uncomfortable. But yeah, like, has anybody got any questions?
I feel like I missed it, but you probably already talked about it. How many people do you need for the Emerald?
2, just 2.
Okay, you probably said it, but
it's literally you and then 2 people. So it could be like, even like your friend that enrolled, she's loving the product. Okay, cool, let's switch you over. And I can show you guys how to do that. They pay 40 quid and then you send them a refund form for 40 quid or $40 because they enrolled with the challenge pack, which means that technically they shouldn't have to pay the coach fee. And that just switches them over to coach. So it's not like, you know, they're having to pay for it. Yeah. Do you have any other questions, guys? No. Yeah. I would just say, like, if I look at all of the girls in my team that are doing well, they're all the girls that have decided to go Emerald, and then that it kind of is like a shift that happens in the mindset when you go Emerald. It's like, right, now I'm not messing around and I'm just going for it, which is really hard for you guys to see if you're not in that place energetically, you're not on the other side. But yeah. Well, hopefully that was useful. I'm going to stop recording.